Hi guys, my name is Franklin
Hello, my name is Sylvia.
and we're here to talk about personal insecurities. The things we've had to deal with as people. Those things that make you feel like you don't have confidence or they lower your confidence, and how we have navigated those. I'm not saying that we've conquered, but it's a process. But what we've learned is we tried to navigate. So now, babe,
Yep.
what is that one thing that you have always not wanted, or it made you feel a lesser, or even made you feel that it lowered your confidence? And what did you encounter? Have you ever been? Do you have any of those such kind of things?
Yeah, of course I have one.
Mm-hmm.
And not even one. I have several maybe, but I have two of them that have been spotted by some people, and they tend to lower my self-esteem at some point. But later, I came to learn how to get over them. So I can't change them. So I have to stick with them. Yeah.
And because I know you're not so free, or you feel like you don't want to talk about them, like the specifics of that. Let me start maybe probably by giving mine, and probably might prompt you to be a little open, if you will, to tell us what it is that you have had to deal with. So back in 2017, I walked into an orthodontist office, or a specialist. An orthodontist is a specialist who deals with dental alignment and such, or dental procedures trying to correct dental problems, I believe. Yeah, it's different from orthopedics. Yeah, it's orthodontist. So I was living in
Mombasa.
Mombasa back then.
Well.
So I was living in Mombasa back then, and I went to, I think, a TSS along Kuruma Road. There's that building. So I went to that specialist because I wanted to deal with an issue that I've had for years, and it really lowered my self-esteem. Or so I thought, because I thought probably people were making fun of me, how I speak, or how I talk, and maybe my speech sometimes, and pronunciations of some letters, like say S. If you're keen enough, you already know what it is by now. So, nonsense. So, Atiana she fell for that.
Yeah, I fell for it.
Hey.
No,
Anyway, if only you knew that it was an insecurity to me. For those who have been keen, or if you're keen, you will notice I have a space.
Let me confirm for you guys.
My front teeth don't touch.
Oh.
They don't touch, yeah. And then, so people used to say I have a lisp. You know, a lisp whereby S would sound like a TH. It comes out as S, but it will look like I'm saying TH. You know? And so I walked into that office, and I explained to the specialist, the orthodontist, what I needed to do. To my surprise, because that procedure costs a lot of money. So if this was a money-minded person, they would have seized the opportunity to say, "Wow, come we perform the procedure." And did I mention that it's an expensive one? But I was willing to do anything to have it corrected and have my teeth cut. At first, I thought probably I could use an Invisalign. Invisalign, Invisalign, whatever. Invisalign. The one that are used to align teeth. But then I was told the teeth are shorter. So the only way was it's a jaw alignment. Also, I think, I don't know. And I was told it's a very expensive procedure. But the doctor looked at me and asked me, but allow me to ask you, and not to be intrusive, why would you want to change that? That's your identity. And I looked at him and I was like, huh? Because I thought this person is in business. And probably that would have been an opportunity to make money.
Sure.
And indeed it was, because one, although it's cosmetic, but there was a way of having my medical cover to be part of that. And it's a process. It's, I think, a whole year process to have that. And
would it backfire?
Yeah, anything cosmetic can backfire. Anything that you do to improve yourself.
So you didn't use that much money and yet.
Yeah, and you walk out utoke tu bila kitu. Or probably it fails and your jaw becomes ruined forever. You know? So the orthodontist asked me, what would you like to change? This is your identity. At the back of my mind, I was like, are you insane? Do you even have an idea how much I hate this? So from that time, it no longer bothers me. It doesn't bother me at all, whatever someone thinks. So the other day when we were live on TikTok, someone tried to mention it. And it didn't move me. I was like, yeah, after all, I have...
Oh yeah, you have.
And did I mention?
I fell for the dental.
You are so...
Oh yeah, I did.
You're so sick.
They
So
look good.
what is your insecurity?
Hey, mine. Oh my.
Nikuseme.
Unajua babe.
Nikuseme.
Nitasema
juicy.
Listen.
Juicy, now you can expound after I say
no,
what you
I'll
did.
just say nitasema kidogo and then you useme juicy ni nini happen and then I can hivyo. Ndio.
So take us back. Take us back to where?
Well, hi. Oh my Jesus. Is it an insecurity? I don't know what it is.
It's just something that alters your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Or it messes. It used to mess with your self-esteem.
Because it no longer does.
Until I think last week, part one.
Someone triggered the.
Guys,
I'm
she just cursed. She cursed.
Yeah, I don't do
you
that.
Cursed. Pay me, and then I will tell you that you do not.
Yeah, so, we want to pay. Well, if anyone has ever come across me, like if you've ever been with me in person, you realize that I have some, I don't know whether they're blackheads or they're what.
I think warts.
No, but by this there's a difference.
But they're so small. I don't know.
Warts for the
I'm not lying,
warts.
by the way. It's nothing.
First.
Okay.
For the warts, for the warts they are bigger. Like they tend to grow bigger in size. For the blackheads, now I don't know whether these are the blackheads or the warts. I don't know the difference. But according to what I heard, for the warts they are bigger, and simply because mine they're not that big, so I thought maybe they are blackheads. Well, zimekuwa zikiongezeka. Like let me just say that they have been increasing in like day in day out. Last year, yeah, like maybe 2 years back, they were not as much as no, assuming it was 2017. 2018 they were not as much as hivyo. But later, like I nikatafuta dawa mingi. Like there was I looked for a lot of medication. Nikatafuta, what is it called? I told you about it maybe. Like this ni acid. What name?
Tuban.
Yes. And I'm telling you,
that's something pencil. What did you call it?
Not even caustic pencil. Before even I used the caustic pencil, I used the acid. I would pour. I would use an earbud
to dab on the skin.
And if it happens not to like
if it touches a different place,
exactly,
it burns.
Then it left me with a lot of spots. Now the blackheads of the black spots now quite big, and after some time, well, who is God? It's a vanish
on their own.
And then, so as you can see them, like kuna kidogo kidogo tu. Well, after using that acid and then I used the caustic pencil, ikakata. They all failed to work. I went, what is it called? Do I mention that?
Ah.
I went to that hospital, and then they told me about I asked about this. I went through that consultation, and they told me that the only thing that would work, I would go for
Laser.
a laser process.
A what?
A laser, whatever. What, baby? Yo, say it, please say it for me. That process. See? Oh, babe, come on. You're adding more to
You laughed at me when I said Mombasa, so
It's
you went for a
okay.
laser.
Okay,
It's a laser.
Laser. Oh, no. That process.
Laser.
Laser.
It's not. Laser is Niwembe.
Yeah, I know. So that is.
Laser. L. Laser.
No, not that.
Laser. Laser ni ile.
You erase, like you erase.
Erase. No, babe. Let's Google this because
the ones who I consulted, that is what they told me, babe.
It's called. Godza. I don't know. I think. Wait.
Are you serious? Hope I'm right.
No, it's not. It's laser. How did it? Laser. Oh, it's laser. Light amplified by stimulated emission of radiation. The one that burns from inside. There's no contact of anything.
Mm-hmm.
It burns
whatever. What is it?
It's laser. Is an acronym for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Yeah.
That is to burn glasses or what? What is this?
Look, a laser is created when electrons in the atoms in optical materials like glass, crystal, or gas absorb the energy from an electrical current or light. Now, it's something. I think it's similar to what opticians, not opticians, but optical specialists use. No, an ophthalmologist use to correct eyesight problem.
No,
Yeah,
they told me. No.
It's a laser surgery kind of a thing. No incision.
That
it's just yes.
So also they would put me or do what? Is it putting? Yes, they would put me in a
tube. No?
Yes, as in
like the X-ray kind of a thing,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
To pass you through the.
They will pass me through something like. Assuming it's an open surface, and then they would use what is that? Like to go.
So there will be
that electric
incision.
Something. Yeah, in the kind of killer spot in a ban killer spot.
Was it? Well, there was no incision. I think it's something that probably.
You see the caustic pencil. The one we use caustic pencil is just a pencil too. You don't know it. Oh, I never used it while I was yeah, so that caustic pencil, I bet that is what they would use. Like it's like a machine holding such a caustic pencil there, and it would go point each and every spot. And then this is what they told me. They told me that it would cost me quite some.
The whole process.
No, for me, I realized even if it's a more I wouldn't go through such a process. And they told me that after the process, I would get those marks, and they would give me some.
It will leave some effects.
Yeah, and they would give me some like lotion kinda.
Oh,
it's not a moisturizer, but something like that. You apply, so to try
to heal.
Yeah, and to try to remove those.
And is it painful?
Masks. Yeah, they told me it would be
painful.
Yes.
So you would, you feel every kind of
every
pain, del of pain.
And you should during that process, after the process, you should not expose yourself to sunlight.
Are you bleaching or something? Because one.
Now, after hearing all those things, and at the back of my mind, these things were not hurting me in any way. It was just a matter of insecurity.
Because someone mentioned them, or probably
and they
a
always
relative mentions them.
And they always spot it, especially we happen to go maybe to an occasion and then we meet and then there they are. Oh, these things. Hey, they have really increased in. Hey, they are really. Hey, haven't you tried to do all those? So.
Can I tell on you what someone did the other day? Because you're trying to avoid that. But let me say it because you won't.
All right.
So the other day we went with Sylvia to say hi to her parents. Her parents.
We have to say.
And one of Sylvia's relatives, utafanya, I'll say it, mtanipeleka wapi, said, because usually she just gave birth a few months ago, you can't tell, or maybe you can. But we have a small baby, right?
Yeah.
3 months, thereabout. If you check, he came in June, July 1st. The baby came in July 1st. So 3 months thereabout, 3 months plus. And so they still baby fat, and then so someone asked her, "Why is your stomach so big? You look like you're expecting another baby." I was insulted. I felt bad. I was like, be grateful because I am in my in-laws' house. Because I would have told you what I'm thinking. Because if it doesn't bother me, who are you? How does it bother you if it doesn't bother me? It's me who should be feeling like you don't look. But she's okay. And again, I understand why. We have a baby to take care of. She has to breastfeed. She cannot be going to gym because...
And with or without the baby.
Mm.
Flat stomach, big stomach. That is
none
of anybody's business, right?
We our baby came through CS, so there's so much that she can't do at the moment, and so I don't expect someone to tell her that you should go for gym.
You realized it didn't even hit me.
No, it hit you because the time
during back then. Like,
it did.
It did, baby. It did. Do you know why?
It did. Do you know why I'm saying it did? Mm-hmm. Because when I came to ask you, because it really bothered me for a while, and I came to ask you, why would someone say that? And then you even didn't take a second to respond. You're like, can you imagine? I'm like, no.
I was like,
so you were offended. You won't believe that evening, it was around 7. Tuliacha mtoto mdogo na miezi mitatu. Tukawachia mtoto sijui tukawachia madam aunti yake amwangalie ndio tuende tukaulizie kwa pharmacy, those pharmacies in town, what is the remedy for the face, because that always comes up with that particular, the same person. What are the odds? Why do you have to be that toxic?
The reason I'm saying I wasn't surprised when she told me that, it was because she was the only person who used to spot the black spots. Each time we have an occasion, she would spot them, and she would always like try to downplay me, So that coming from her about my stomach, I'll be like, okay, I'm used to that. So
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot get used to people's nastiness. You can only take so much crap. Because, explain to me, why do you have to cause someone pain? They don't eat in your house. They're not your wife. They don't reduce your income by anything. By being the way they are, me, the husband, is not bothered. Who are you? All due respect. Sometimes, the things that you pick in people's lives or faces or bodies, sometimes you might pick something and mention it, and probably it's their insecurity and something that affects their self-esteem. How does it make you feel if you leave someone feeling so low and feeling worthless? Yes. Let me tell you, I'm not downplaying suicide, but some of the things that cause people to commit suicide are such things. Because if you know very well that something, that thing that you're going to mention might make me feel inferior, why do you have to mention it? Because I believe some things make common sense. you know, again, they say it's not common to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, that person needs to learn how to talk and not just be vomiting words like that. That was not okay.
Mm.
I felt offended because it was uncalled for. So we went to a pharmacy in town.
Mm-hmm. The best part.
No, we left this place, went via Kiambu Road. There's a pharmacy somewhere in one of the gas stations, and it's a kind of high end. So we went and asked. The lady did not take a second, went to the shelves and picked things worth how much?
8,000.
8,000. I put them. If you do this, if you put this one, if you apply this, if you drink this, if you shower in this. And I told babe, no, why don't we go get a second opinion? Go to town. We went to town.
Sure.
And
Fast.
the first place we went to, thanks, I don't want to mention the place because the person might feel bad or be fired because of not taking that money.
Sure.
The lady looked at my wife and she was like, why do you want to change it? Look at me, I have them. They don't bother me. It's your identity. Exactly what I was told back in Mombasa about by the orthodontist. So, bottom line is, you don't have to change that thing that you feel like it's something that causes you discomfort
in the presence of
because again, no one feeds you, no one pays you rent, and you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Sure, regardless.
Why do we want to correct God's work? I am doing nothing of that sort. So from that time, anyone who talks about my list or whatever it is, it doesn't bother me. So go right ahead.
Yeah. And there's this person, I don't know his name, Gaskin. Huwa anaandika hizi